Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited to chat with you guys today. Today, we're going to talk about how to employ your children. Yes, you can employ your children if you are a small business owner, and we're going to get into that today. But first, I'm going to share my screen here with you and go over this disclaimer here. So, with any investing or any advice that you get about money or how to make money, you always want to obtain independent legal, taxation, and financial advice from a licensed professional before investing your own money or before going out and making a decision in your business. As I am not a licensed professional, I am just here for education purposes only. And so your level of success will vary depending on your motivation, your commitment, your resources, your action. And many people don't apply that education, and therefore they either lose their money or they don't make any money in the process. And we don't want that. We want you to make money. We're here to help you make money. And so today we're going to talk about employing your children. Yes, you can absolutely employ your children, but here's the thing: you need to do it in a legitimate way. Okay, because it's going to be different if you live in Canada, it's going to be different if you live in the States. But you can absolutely deduct your salary as long as they meet all of the conditions. Okay, and you have to pay the salary. It's you that has to pay the salary. It has to be your business. The work that your child does is necessary for earning business. Okay, so it has to be necessary for your business to earn more business, either professional or even in fishing. Okay, and the salary is going to vary based on your child's age. Okay, so for instance, you know let's say you have a 5-year-old. It's going to be hard for the government to say, okay, you've employed your 5-year-old. Now maybe you run a farm and they work on your farm and you pay them salary on your farm and they feed the chickens. Like, that's necessary if you're selling the eggs, right? Again, you want to make sure you're getting advice on this. But real work has to be performed in order for you to be able to pay your children as employees. Okay, you can't. Here's the thing that's happened is that so many people have abused um, this tax strategy. And yes, it's an absolute tax. It's a great tax saving strategy for you if you run your own business. But you have to make sure you're doing it legitimately. Okay. So if you hire your children as employees, they have to do legitimate work. And you can deduct their salaries from your business as a business income. But if your child's under 18, they won't have to withhold like any social security or things like that on the salary. Okay, and so, but there's rules to follow when you're doing this. And the IRS, the CRA, are well aware of the tax benefits of hiring a child. So it is constantly on the lookout for taxpayers who claim the benefit without really having their children do work. Okay, like if you're paying your kids but they're playing video games all day, and they get in a room and they're questioned about it, you need to have that same story. Okay, so um if the IRS or the CRA concludes that your children aren't really employees, you'll lose your tax deductions for their salary and benefits. Okay, and you'll have to pay taxes. And they'll have to pay taxes on those benefits. And so, to avoid this, make sure that you're following some simple rules. And I'm going to give you those here today. So, me really quick, guys. Today, I want to really protect your time, but this is really good if you own your own business, right? Whether you're in network marketing is a business, you're a sole proprietor, you're in a corporation, you run a farm, you're a fisherman, you sell soap, right? You make candles. These are legitimate businesses as long as you're filing properly. So the first rule is that your children must be bona fide employees. Okay, they must work ordinary jobs that are beneficial for your business, and they must be paid for their services that they actually performed. Okay, so the services don't have to be indispensable, but it has to be real work to be qualified. Okay, so in order for your children to get paid, your business has to be making money. So they could be answering phones, they can be cleaning your office, they could be doing filing, they can maybe be, I don't know, if you do the soap, maybe they, you know, help you with that or something other. Maybe they make phone calls on your behalf, depending on how old they are. Okay. but maybe they help you with your website. Those are legitimate business activities to help you grow your business, because you don't have to work on them, and in return you're doing what you do to create income. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? And it doesn't matter how young your child is. However, there's the government probably not going to believe that your 5-year-old is helping out. Now, they totally can. Like, if you run a farm and you sell eggs and they're in charge of, maybe scooping the coop or feeding it, that could be it, right? But you want to make sure that you are um talking with your accountant, you're talking with your legal representation, okay? You're checking the IRS and the CRA and things like that. And your bookkeeper usually has answers to all of that, because they're well versed in that. So if you have a really good bookkeeper, they'll be able to help you with that, okay? You need to make sure that you're also keeping track of what it is that they're doing and their hours. So a good one that I like to use, if I have my husband helping me out in our business, is Toggl, TOOGL. And it is a website platform, and he literally just goes on to it and he types in what he's working on and he hits start. Then when he's done, he just hits stop. And so you need to make sure that you have that. You can use it on a spreadsheet. You could do a time clock if you have one of those. You can do it on a Toggl, but it should list the date, the services performed, and the time spent on those services. That's why I like having Toggl. Now, it's not legally required, but it is a good idea to also have your child sign a written employment agreement specifying their job and their duties, okay? And they should only be doing duties related to your business, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So you also want to make sure that your children are being paid like market value, okay? So again, you want to treat them like an employee, right? Again, there's no age limit for your employee, but it might be difficult to justify wages paid to a 5-year-old. So you want to treat your children the same as they would any employee, and you want to make sure you're paying them around market value. If you're paying them like, $100 an hour for office cleaning just so that you get a big tax deduction, that's going to be a red flag. So you want to find what employers and workers are performing in similar services in the area that are being paid. So, for example, if you plan to hire your teenager to help answer the phone or call an employee, you want to call an employment agency or a temp agency in your area to see what they're getting paid, okay? And you need to prove, okay? You need to prove how much you paid them. So don't pay them cash, okay? You need to prove that you actually paid it as well. So your child should either get paid by a check or direct deposit like you would any other employee. So biweekly like you would every other employee. The funds should be deposited into a bank account in your child or your spouse's name. And you might want to have like a savings on it, right? This is what I love about this option that's available to you parents. I'm not a parent, but you can teach your children, one, not only business ethic and work ethic, but what it takes to run their own business or be part of, a business. But two is that if you were to put it into like a custodial account or like a college savings plan, you can control that account until they're 21 so they don't spend it all. Or you can create a plan with them that they take $500 a month, so $250 per paycheck that they would get, and put it into like a high investment account, or in just a savings account. And in 30 years they could have $750,000. So if you're starting them out young at like 7, 10 years old, 15 years old, in 30 years, when they're in the prime of their life, they would be set. And if they kept investing that all through their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, and they kept investing it, they could have a massive wealthy retirement fund in the middle of their life, or they can retire and do what it is that they love or start their own business, right? They would have that fun. So I highly recommend teaching them that as well. This is a skill that can create generational wealth. Again, you want to comply with legal requirements, right? You want to you want to check with your government, whether you're in Canada, you want to check with your employment eligibility again, and you also want to make sure that um, you have a social security number, social insurance number. If you don't, you need to apply for one. So it's not too young. You're never too young to apply for one, but you need to have it. Okay. And if you are an employer, you have to have an employer identification number. As a business owner, I register through the government. I get a business number, right? And I also have an HST number too as well. And you need to be making sure that you're filing every single year to for your business for that tax benefit. And you don't not necessarily you don't need to file for your child. Now, again, you need to ask your accountant for this information as well, because the standard deduction the standard that a child can earn in Canada, this is Canada, is $12,200 without paying income tax on that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are doing the right paperwork for them and setting them up for success. And also, you can still claim your dependent. So you can still claim your child as a dependent, because you can claim them up until they're 19. If they attend college, 24. Okay, so I really hope you guys got value from this. That it helps put into perspective that when you work for yourself or you have your own business, there's a lot more opportunities for you than when you work for somebody else. Now, I'm saying don't work for somebody else, because there's great people to work for out there. But if that's something that you don't want to do for the rest of your life, and you've always wanted to start your own business, just know that you have options. Okay, so you have options that will help you grow your business. So I hope you guys got value out of this, and we'll chat with you guys later.